Hello my old school soul food family, Chef Jeffrey back with another video. Hey, today I'm continuing my segment of items that we used to eat in growing up in elementary, high school, junior high, middle school, however you say it. Today I'm gonna be doing a reminiscing as close as I can get of Salisbury steak we used to get in high school, junior high, just school. You know, it was very thin. It was kind of, to me, it was kind of tough, but I don't know. Not tough, but just like, wasn't juicy. But I'm going to try to make it as close as I can without it being too dry like it was in school. So, anyway, let's get started. I'm going to got ground meat here. It's regular. I use a regular 80-20 because I don't want it to be too much grease coming out of it. I got some chopped onions here, just a little chopped onion, not much. I got them sliced, chopped really thin. You don't want to, you want to taste onions, but you don't want to see the onions. Also, I'm adding a package of onion soup mix to this. Onion soup mix. You never see me, like I say, this stuff I don't normally cook like this because you never see me use onion soup mix or anything. I'm trying to, like I say, this is just the cafeteria way of doing it. So that's where I'm gonna do it. All right, I'll put some Worcestershire in there. I'm gonna put a little Dijon mustard in here. Give it a little tang like it has. A couple of eggs. Some breadcrumbs. I might have to add a little bit more depending on how dry they are. A little shake. I'm not using much put a little shake in there. Of course, they didn't have shake back then. But whatever seasoning you want, I use my old school soul food seasoning. Okay. I'm not adding much more salt and pepper to this. The reason is because the Lipton soup mix has salt in it. So you don't want to add too much more seasoning to that because you don't want your Salisbury steak to be too salty. So that's the reason I did that. Okay, now we're gonna got my gloves on to do this. We're gonna mix all this up by hand. That's the best way. Your best tools are your hands, y'all. Mix all that up in there really good. I got my skillet here heating up here. So when I form my little patties, I can just put it right into the skillet. Good. Alrighty. You can add whatever you want to this. If you want bell peppers to this, put bell peppers. If you want celery, put your celery in there. Nothing like etched in stone. Okay, now I'm going to form these into, you know, the little ovals like they used to do. What I'm going to do here, little flat ovals. We didn't get much in school, you know that. Ovals there, just like that. I'm gonna do a few here and then I'm gonna step off camera here and finish them up, and we'll come back and I'm gonna show you how we'll sear them off. So all I'm gonna do, see, all I'm gonna do is, you know, little ovals there. That's all I'm gonna do. I don't want to do them too thick, because I'm going to cook everything off in the skillet on top of the stove. I'm not going to put it in the stove. We're going to do everything on top of the stove in the sauce. And that's it. So I'm going to finish these off, and I'll be back when I got them finished, and we'll go to the next step. All right, y'all, we back here. Okay, I done formed the patties here. Like I said, I got my pan heating up, and all I'm going to do now, put them in here, and I want to brown them off on both sides. A little oil in there. I'll get a little one here in the middle. All right. Brown them off in there. And I got a little bit extra oil in there because I want that oil to use for my gravy. You'll see what I'm talking about here later on. And I'm going to take them out and I'm going to put them on this plate when I brown them off. Like I say, this is a little fun segment this month on my back to school. I know everybody's going back to school and kids either it's virtual or in person, you know, back to school. So it's something we come up with to be kind of fun. We did pizza last weekend and it was having a lot of responses for my old school pizza. And I got a lot of more videos coming up. I got spaghetti meatballs coming, vanilla sheet cake, meatloaf, and a couple more items I'm gonna get in there before the money's over. Okay, we're gonna flip these over. All I wanna do is brown them. See that? Brown them all. See that? Nice color on them. There we go. There we go. We got 3 more to put in there. Then we're gonna make our gravy. This stuff smells amazing with the Worcestershire sauce and the mustard. Like I said, you know, Salisbury steak is not, it's kind of like a meatloaf, but it's not because it has a little tang to it. That kind of, I'm going to take these off because remember I'm going to make a sauce and I'm going to put them back in there. All I want to do now, right now, is just brown them off. Okay. I got 3 more to do here. I'll say it while I have time here. Please subscribe to the channel if you watch this. A lot of people watch the video and don't subscribe. Please comment. Thumbs up helps a lot. Just show me y'all really, you know, really attentive to my channel. That's all. It really helps a lot. Alrighty. Like I said in school, I think our Salisbury steak day when we did have it was on like a Thursday. Pizza was always Friday. Friday was always a good day. We had maybe spaghetti on like Tuesday. Monday wasn't a good day. Monday wasn't a good day for food. I don't know what we used to have, but something with beets. I hate beets to this day. I did not like beets growing up in school. I hated it. But it was something with beets in it on Monday, but on the side. Now, I used to love the cake. I'm going to do probably a apple crisp. I'll probably do that right before the end of the month. Nice apple crisp. I remember that I used to have apple crisp all the time. That over. Okay, I'm going to let them brown a little because, like I said, we're going to make our sauce in here. All that good thing there, we're going to use for our sauce. And the Salisbury steak also, it's more of a sauce than a gravy. That's why I keep saying sauce, but the gravy, you know, sometimes I make gravy for my pork chops and things like that. The gravy is more thicker, but the sauce is a lot thinner. So that's why I keep saying sauce. It's not going to be a gravy, it's going to be a sauce. Really thin. Mushroom and onion. I'm going to show you that in a second. I got a nice pot of mashed potatoes here in the back here to go with it. Can't go wrong with mashed potatoes and Salisbury steak, y'all. Okay, take this one off in here. Take this one off. All right, let them sit there. Okay, in this hot oil, I'm gonna add my onions. I'm gonna saute my onions in here. And mushrooms. It's gonna make a gravy. Sauce, gravy, sauce. Soak up all that goodness in there. All them good drippings and everything right there in there. Okay, I'm gonna let this cook down, and we'll be right back for the next step. We'll be right back. All right, y'all, we back here. Okay, this is what you want. You want your onions and mushroom to be nice and cooked, caramelized. It smells absolutely amazing in here, y'all. I wish y'all had smell-o-vision. Smells absolutely amazing. See them caramelized onions and mushroom? Now, what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add some Worcestershire to this. The sauce gotta have, not Worcestershire, I'm gonna add a little, this is Dijon mustard. Add a little of that to this. But you have to have a tang to this, y'all. This Salisbury steak. You ever know you have a little different taste, the sauce to it? A little Worcestershire in here. Thing open. A little Worcestershire sauce. It gives a little tang. Oh wow, this smells so good. So good, y'all. Now I'm gonna add some beef stock to this. Not a lot. Just want enough. Remember, I got to put my meat back in here, so I don't want to make it too full. I'm going to put the stock in here to kind of a bit more. You want enough stock to cover it. And if you don't have this, you can do it in a Dutch oven or a big pan and finish it in the oven, because everybody don't have the pans I have. Some people ask, well, why don't I have that pan? Just use what you have, you know. It'll work in any kind of skillet or pan. You don't definitely have to cook it on top of the stove like me, but I am, because it's more convenient on this particular recipe, because it's not going to take as long for it to cook. So I'm going to let this come to a boil, y'all. I'm going to let this come to a simmer, and then I'm going to kind of thicken it with roux, just slightly. We'll get that salt consistency. I'm going to put just a little cream in it, not much, maybe a tablespoon of cream. Give it a little bit of shine, and then we'll finish it up. So we'll be right back. All right, y'all, we back. Okay, we got our salt simmering here. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to season it up here. Put a little cabbages in there. I love my old school soul food spice. A little salt. And this time we use black pepper, because that's what they used in school. You don't see me using a lot of black pepper, but that's what they used back in the day, or maybe today. And another thing, I know parents watching this, you can see how easy this recipe is. That's why we decided to do this segment this month on back to school items, you know. They had it so parents probably can get in and, you know, cook in the kitchen and feed the kids stuff like they is actually in school. Like I said, a lot of people at home, the kids at home, because of this virus going around, they haven't been able to go to actual school. So it's a little thing you can do at home, kind of keep the kids used to the cafeteria meal. So what I'm doing now, I'm gonna thicken this up a little. Y'all know my roux here. Y'all follow me long enough. Y'all know I use my roux. All the roux is 50% half flour, half butter or oil, whichever one you got. Now just turn this down, so we put to simmer these steaks here. See that? See how easy that came together? Look like Salisbury steak already, huh? And it's a little thick right now, but when I add this meat in here, the juices from the meat is gonna thin this sauce out a little bit. That's why I made it a little thicker than it's gonna be when it actually finished. So now, y'all with me? Y'all see how easy this is coming together? Okay, now, like I said, I'm gonna turn this down to a simmer. See that? And we're gonna put our meat back in here. Be careful when you put it in there. You don't want to splash yourself. Definitely don't want to splash yourself, y'all. That one broke on me. That's it. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure it's all sunk down in the sauce as much as possible. And as this cook, the meat of course gonna shrink a little and the sauce will move around really good. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let this simmer on top of the stove for about 30 minutes. It don't take long for ground meat to cook, y'all. Of course y'all know that. And we'll be back. I'm gonna move this around as the meat gets shrinking. You see I got this one on top here. We're gonna kind of move it around and we'll go from there. So we'll be right back, y'all, when this is almost ready. We'll be right back. All right, y'all, it's been about 20 minutes here. And this stuff is definitely ready here. And I'm moving them around, as you can see, and then the skillet, and then put the ones on the top, on the bottom, or whatever. Like I said, you can actually do this in the stove if you want to, but I did mine right on top of the oven. So anyway, I'm gonna let turn these off, let them settle a bit. We're gonna come back here in just a second and plate this up, and we're gonna try this Salisbury steak. So we'll be right back. All right, y'all, we back. We're gonna plate some up here and check it out. I told you I got my mashed potatoes here. Gotta have mashed potatoes with the Salisbury steak. Got that. Alright. I got a steak over here. Salisbury steak here. Nice piece right here off the. That's a nice piece right here. See which one the good piece here. Good piece right here. In fact, I'm gonna get me 2 pieces. I'm hungry, y'all. Give me a couple of pieces here. Alrighty. A couple of pieces there. Now, get some of the sauce here. And the sauce. That gravy, that sauce there. I keep saying gravy because I'm used to making gravy. Put a little on the mashed potatoes. Shoot. Close to as school as I could get it, y'all. Okay. Wipe this off here and I'm gonna let this cool just slightly. I'm gonna be right back and we're gonna taste this up. So we'll be right back in just a second. Okay, y'all, let's taste this here. What we got here? Oh yeah. Nice tender mushroom. See how tender that is, y'all? Wow. It's so good. It actually do bring back memories of school, y'all. Actually does. Wow. Awesome. Getting choked up over there. It's so good, y'all. That is comforting at its best. In the wintertime, it's a meal to have. So flavorful, the beef is so tender. You can see the sauce, it's not thick. It's very thin. See, that's what's different from Salisbury steak gravy and a pork chop gravy. Pork chop gravy more thicker, this is more thinner. Alright, y'all, definitely gotta try this recipe. But like I always say, visit my other social media account, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, Twitch TV, and oldschoolsoulfood.com. And until next time, have a blessed Old School Soul Food Day.